right, so a day dedicated to fighting exploitation and stigma faced by sex workers around the world, as the International Sex Workers Day is observed on June 2nd every year. So amid the prolonged pandemic situation, sex workers are increasingly becoming more vulnerable and facing a lot of attack, right? Alienation, getting basic health facilities has also become a big problem for them. On International Sex Workers Day, activities or activists and groups supporting sex workers address myth, misconception and discrimination that marginalize the community who are a big chunk of the urban poor. Although sex workers is not a crime, or sex work rather is not a crime in India, many sex workers face threats and harassment, making them vulnerable to increased violence. And I think all over the world as well. So, International Sex Workers Day. You know, when the pandemic just started in, was it April last year, when there was a lockdown?
March.
Was it March last year?
Yes.
When there was a lockdown. So first few nights, you know, you go everywhere, was quiet. By the next week, I had seen them on there. You know, when I go to drop Francis then, our intern, then I'll drop him off in Lekki Phase 1. So that road, that Admiralty way, or is it Admiralty Road they call it, where I'll turn back to the main gate. I used to see them one by one. I said, this would really fear COVID. Like, but they are an integral part of the society because they keep the balance. A lot of people have issues with their sex lives, you know, so I don't know. I don't discriminate against them. That's the work that they're doing and they're being paid for, so I don't know.
And aside from that, that's the oldest profession.
I think you are just for the conversation.
That's the oldest profession. Even way back in the Bible, it has always been in the society. So it's not a crime because they're not actually doing anything to hurt anybody.
So I'd rather
they're
you
actually
go pay
doing things to actually
a sex worker
than
have sex with
than
a sex
raping
worker, rape
someone and killing someone.
Do you understand? Then rape someone or forcefully take advantage of or of your wife if she's not interested. Just go outside. You'll be fine.
Wahala.
That's if the wife
but anyway, let's focus
on that.
This is not about the
it's about the discrimination.
It's about the discrimination, like you said, and the harsh conditions too, and how people think that they can treat them anyhow because they're sex workers.
That's not
so
fair.
this is a day to let people who patronize sex workers. I know people will not agree that you do, but if there is no customer, there won't be a service. So when you patronize them, please treat them like human beings. Talk to them nicely. Negotiate what you want to be done and how you want it to be done and pay their money. Do not disrespect them. I'm talking to you. Yeah.
You know yourself. Or you patronize us. Well, that's an interesting conversation. I think we should talk about it one day. Okay. Enough of sex workers. All right. So what did you find for us in the news, Issy?
Who? Me? You. Why didn't you go first? Okay. What caught my attention in the news today was that the President Buhari sent a bill proposed a bill to the Senate and told them to extend teachers' retirement age by 5 years. So, for me, it's not that it's a bad idea. But let me give you the breakdown of what actually happened, what he's actually proposing, that they should increase it from for 5 years, from 60 years of age to 65 years of age. And they should also increase their years of service from 30 to 35 years to 40 years. And this is the reason is very simple. Basically, is to provide and harmonize retirement ages for all teachers across borders. Now, for me, it's not a bad idea. Basically, it's about the fact that we all know that in Nigeria, we all have our CV age and we have our real age. And we also know that the more we have...
Most people.
Oh, okay.
We all know.
Okay.
Most of us, we all know.
We all do, yeah. Go ahead.
Yes. So basically, no, I didn't say all do, you know. So basically, we also know that when we bring in the teachers, they would lack ideas, basically, the ones that are already going to be in the system for such a long time. Let's forget the fact that now that they're old, they won't be able to do their job properly as they should. They would lack agility and ideas. And we should also remember this, that their retirement benefits is what the government should actually be looking at, not
So much
basically of the age or giving them a longer period. Does that mean that they will have to work all through the years of their lives? How many more years do they have to live? Because we have a lifespan of 70, basically. But in Nigeria, currently, we have a lifespan of about 50 to 55 or 60 maximum. So things are not...
It's 45. It's 45.
So things are not balanced, basically.
Yeah.
So what the government should be actually looking at is, for me, I'm thinking they should look at housing. They should look at retirement benefits, healthcare, not giving them a longer period to, be in service so that they can live their life to the fullest.
All right, so Elsie, what did you find for us?
I don't even want to start with that teacher story because I don't understand what Buhari is doing. But since you understand, people are the ones in the education sector, so it's okay. Over 40,000 passports yet to be collected, and this is coming from the Nigeria Immigration Service, and it reminded me of you who wants passport and you've not gotten. They say people will get head. No get cap, we get cap, no get head. So stating also that it has made, that's the NIS has made significant progress in cleaning the backlog of passport application. Recall that they paused the application process and said it was going to resume on the 1st of June. But now that date has been shifted again to 8th of June rather. Yeah. It's basically for them to be able to clean up things and make things work. So far, they've been able to clear 230,500 applications. But 43,350 is yet to be collected. And those names will be published on the website, that's immigration.gov.ng. So also the passport control officer would keep on sending reminder SMSs to people so that they can come collect it. So please, if you have your passport there, go ahead. So it helps them clear up things.
You are not helping us that want to apply. Because I actually went on the portal even just this morning to check again if I could, because I got to the stage where it was just time for me to make payments. I couldn't make payments because they said so they said it's still on hold. Yeah, till 8. So so now I'm just hearing that it's 8. So we would wait. Yeah. Just that visa applications to get dates these days, and I have to be somewhere very soon.
With me.
You are who? You have been going on your trips without me. Wow. All right, so good news. Good news. My story is a good news. Although it took a long time, but finally, you know how we hear stories and, it just goes silent. But this, I'm happy. UNILAG dismisses 2 lecturers exposed in the BBC Sex for Grade documentary. So according to the Governing Council of UNILAG, ACOCA, they've approved the immediate dismissal from service of 2 of the lecturers who had been found culpable in the Sex for Grade allegation leveled against them about 2 years ago. And, the 2 dons, Dr. Boniface, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Igben Negbe.
He's actually a Benin man.
I don't know, I don't know how to pronounce my names. And that's Department of European Languages, Integrated Studies, and Dr. Samuel Oladipo of Department of Economics, Faculty of Social Science, were exposed by the British, by the BBC. And I'm happy that, this is coming because the UNILAG, according to the Governing Council, they had also done, whilst that expose came out, the report came out, they also now set up a committee, and finally they have reached the verdict. And this this dismissed approval was done Monday 31st, 2021. So according to the report of the Senate committee. So I'm so happy that, finally, when people speak up, especially for things like this, and there are evidence to back your claims, of course, the university will also do the needful. So I'm happy about this.
Yeah, all the while they actually have been on suspension. So now the verdict they reached the verdict.
But it took them quite some time though.
Yeah, it did. 2 years. But thankfully they did this. It's important. I mean, I saw the news and I was so happy that it happened. So kudos to them. I hope this serves as a warning to the ones who are still doing this.
So there are lecturers that actually ask students for, for sex. You see, that's what I'm saying. That why don't you just go and look for people that will you already have
workers.
Yeah, sex
they're available.
I mean, there are lecturers that do that. I had lecturers that asked me out, but when I said no, they respected my wish. Not that you not tell me that if you don't have sex with me, you will not pass. That is where the problem is. There are, you are allowed to. You are allowed to toast a babe now if you like her, but if she says no, no is no.
And they're
No
also likely
means
to lose
no.
their entitlements and everything.
Oh, yes,
that
they
should
will.
And
have
everything that they've
gotten.
worked
They will.
for.
Yeah,
I
so-
For
mean,
the number of years they've worked, they will
Yeah.
lose it.
Sad.
That's part of the punishment.
Yeah.
it's so sad.
All right, so that's all we can take for what's in the news. When we return from the break, we're going to be talking living healthy on a budget. Stay with us. We'll be right back.